everyone, and welcome to another video. Now today I thought I would do something a little different. I thought I would answer some of those burning questions that you all had for me. I'm just kidding, there are no burning questions. But after, a few years of being a cosplayer and kind of having some people message me online, there are some questions that start to sound a little familiar. And so what I decided to do is just, make a quick video answering a few of them. Hopefully if you had any questions or were curious about anything, it'll answer those for you. And if not, too bad for you. Alright, so question. Where are you from? Originally I am from Honolulu, Hawaii. I've lived all over the country though, including California, Colorado Springs, Colorado, St. Louis. So yeah, everywhere. Alright, so another question. How do you pronounce your name? It's actually really funny. I'll have people come to me in cons and be like, hey, you're that Navi cosplayer, right? Or something like that. It's pronounced Alanaleilani. Alanaleilani. It's Hawaiian. I'm named after my Auntie Lei. I'm actually the fourth girl named after my Auntie Lei. She's a very popular lady. And it means sacrifice of a heavenly flower. In fact, my full name means sacrifice of a heavenly flower as fierce as a wolf. If that's not a superhero origin story, I don't know what is. So yeah, I'm still waiting for my invitation to join the X-Men. Just saying. So now another question I get asked quite a lot is, who should I cosplay? Now this is kind of a complicated one because I'm not quite sure why most people ask it, because you should cosplay who you think you would have fun cosplaying. So yeah, I don't know if they want me to pick someone who looks similar to them or what, but I have to say, as a 5'10", plus size, half Hawaiian Irish girl, there are a lot of characters that look like me. So I don't use that as a basis of who I should cosplay as, so it really just confuses me a bit. I mean, I've cosplayed everything from Bowser to Wreck-It Ralph to Vivaldi to Navi to Toothless to Lady Amora, so just like definitely all across the range. I even cosplay Pokemon, and last I checked, I am not some sort of scientific fantasy creature forced to fight against gym leaders for my trainer's pleasure. Wow, Pokemon's really depressing when you think about it that way. So I cosplay characters who I think I'm gonna have fun being. Now there are several characters I've cosplayed who I didn't enjoy being, so I just never cosplayed them again. I guess, who should I cosplay? Cosplay what you're gonna have fun doing. Cosplay what you love. Cosplay for you. Now one question I get, and I kind of wanted to talk about, was how do you stay so confident? Or how did you get your confidence? And it's kind of, it's a multi-layered question. So let me answer it in parts. Part one, I'm a huge believer in fake it until you make it. I'm actually, a pretty insecure person. The people around me will not be surprised by that. But yeah, I struggle with that. And so what I do, or my coping mechanism, is pretend like I am the best thing in the room, because I'm usually the only person in my room. With enough faking it, you're gonna eventually, maybe start to believe a few pieces. It's not good to suddenly believe that you are God's gift to humanity and, blessings upon this earth and things rain down whenever you, sneeze. This went to a weird place. Anyways, it's not good to be arrogant, but telling yourself that you're worth it and telling yourself that you are important and that, you deserve good things can do wonders for any sort of insecurity or depression you have. Now, it's not a cure-all, but it's definitely helped me with the insecurity that I do struggle with. So that's why maybe I come across as a confident person. Part two of what helps with my confidence is I've had some really weird, crazy things happen to me. Things that sound like they belong in a soap opera and not real life. The man who I called my father, dying in Hawaii after an unfortunate motorcycle accident, our house burning down. So I've kind of been through some stuff, and after going through stuff like that, what is a mean comment on the internet gonna do to me? What is someone thinking I'm a raging bitch gonna do? I've already kind of, survived watching everything I love being burned. I've survived moving to a whole nother mainland with a really different culture, a much more closed off culture that I wasn't used to. Also, snow. No one warned me about snow. So yeah, I guess it puts things in perspective, so that helps with my confidence. And then part three. Part three is the most serious part to me, is I get asked this question so often, it's a little troubling. It's like it's implying that by being a bigger girl, I'm not entitled to confidence. Like, I know that's a weird place to take it, but so many people are like, oh, how do you get your confidence? Oh, I wish you had your confidence. Oh, I'm so refreshing to have someone with your confidence. It's like it's implying that I have to have confidence just to step outside of my house or have people want to take a photo of me. It's like that just being a plus size cosplayer requires so much confidence because you're so far away from the norm. Oh, confidence, you must be dripping in it. Like somehow it's so terrifying to be fat. It's not that terrifying to be fat. I mean, there are obviously places where you can take it, where if you you can no longer walk, you can't take care of yourself, things like that. You know, maybe that is a scary place to take it. But I'm definitely not at that level. You know, I go to the gym, I make my own cosplays, I participate in stage combat. Like, you know, I have fun. And I don't think that it requires massive amounts of confidence to do what I do. I think a nice, normal, healthy level of confidence is all that I need. So if anyone wants to ask me how I can achieve my normal level of confidence in this era that kind of teaches women to hate themselves or find all these flaws, that question I'm totally down with. But yeah, this whole, how are you so confident, like it's astounding that a fat woman could love herself, I don't know, it's a little, I don't know, it doesn't sit right with me all the time. Okay, so this question, how do you come up with all your cosplay ideas? I think this is coming from, I have a lot of self-designed cosplays, especially with my Gajinka and whatnot. And honestly, usually how the cosplay comes about is there's one particular part of the cosplay I want to do very badly. And it's always some big, really ostentatious part. Like, it's never like, oh, I just want to make a really clean, beautiful looking thing. I just want to make it so crisp and wonderful. No, instead it's like, I want to make this wig that's a foot high and have it have giant translucent bubbles and and there should be wire. That's such a great idea. So yeah, that's kind of how it starts. And then I kind of design the rest of the costume around the statement piece. And I have a real big addiction to just making a cosplay really big in some way. Like with Lumpy Space Princess and Flame Princess, I both had like 2-foot tall wigs, or maybe 1.5 feet. Lady Rainicorn, I had the massive hoop skirt underneath that went out either way. Ursula, I had the giant tentacles. So yeah, definitely, if it's cumbersome and inconvenient, I probably want to make it. Another question I get, thankfully this one not very often, is how do you deal with a lot of the negativity online? Because let's face it, we all know online is not a nice place. If you're a woman, if you're overweight, or really if you're just anyone, often the internet just, you know, not always the nicest place. Not always. So yeah, some people wonder how I deal with that. And the secret is, don't read comments, don't go on 4chan. I know it can be really tempting, I know you could want to know what people want to say about you, but just don't. Because the thing is, people are going to say mean things. Just know that. They are. No matter how good, perfect, or wholesome you are, which I'm certainly not any of those things, they're gonna say mean things about you. But hey, if they're saying all those mean things on 4chan or CGL, that's their space. I'm not gonna go there. They're gonna talk all sorts of awful things. Hey, I won't know about it. Please don't tell me. Please don't send me a link. Please don't white knight for me. Just don't. Let them have their, you know, conversation where they want to have it, as long as it doesn't spill over to my things. You know, I can live with that. That's not a perfect solution, and I'd like to think that in a perfect world, people wouldn't feel the need to debase other humans based solely on their gender, appearance, or differences. But, you know, you gotta learn to adapt for now, unfortunately. And another question I get is, how do you afford some of your cosplays? I tell you what, the biggest thing is coupons. I'm really not kidding. I will go to Joanns and I will regularly cut my purchase in half with coupons. There's a Joanns texting program. I highly recommend that. You text welcome to 26626, something like that. Ask at your local Joanns. The first time you go into the store and sign up for that with your phone, you get a 20% off your entire purchase coupon. It's pretty nice. And then you get certain coupons every day, every week. And then I downloaded the Joanns app. And then I get Joanns coupons in the mail. And then I go online for coupons. So I'll have the digital online version of coupon, the app version, the texted version. and then the paper version. So you can go in with 4 different types of the same exact coupon and they will honor each one. Not to mention they also honor competitor coupons. So that is a huge, huge thing. It's like I don't go into Joanns unless I am equipped to save. So yeah, basically couldn't afford anything if it weren't for that. Also, for Christmas and my birthday, I usually just ask for Joanns cards. You're like, hey Alana, what do you want for your birthday? Joanns cards. Hey Alana, what do you want for Christmas? Joanns cards. Hey Alana, what do you want to celebrate this? Joanns cards. Hey Alana, what do you want for your anniversary? Joanns cards. You get the idea. And then the last question I kind of wanted to address is, why do you cosplay? Now that's a really complex, deep, involved answer, but I do it mostly because it's fun. Yes, I've cried over my fair share of cosplays, my sewing machine, my pins. Yeah, I've cried a lot. And I've had days that weren't so great. I've had cosplays that I didn't enjoy. I've had some bad con stories. But on the whole, I love cosplay. I love talking about it. I love making it. I love ideas. I love the creation process. I love the people I meet. I love photo shoots. I love the nerdiness and inherent community we have. And yeah, there are some negatives to the cosplay community and people who want to tear you down and just say awful things about you or other people or this company or that company. But on the whole, I really just love it. So yeah, that was my FAQ video. If you had any other questions you wanted to know or for some reason wanted to make a follow-up, feel free to post in the comments below. I promise I will actually read those comments. So yeah, if you had fun with this video and like to see more in the future, feel free to subscribe. You know, only if you want to. No pressure here. No judgment between us bros. Can I say bros? Is that copyrighted? So yeah, my name's Alanaleilani. And remember, who better to cosplay for than yourself?